Hi sir, this is Siddhartha and Girdhar Reddy. Hope you are safe at home. Today we will discuss about robust image corner detection to curvature scale space. First we will discuss about what are the corner points. The corner points of an image are defined as the points where the image edges have the maximum of the absolute curvature. We'll discuss about the CSS technique. Why particularly CSS technique? This method is very robust to noise and we believe that it performs better than the existing edge corners detectors. An improvement to the Canis edge detector response to 45 and 135 degrees edges is also proposed. Furthermore, the CSS detector can provide additional point features, curvature zero crossings of the image edge contours in addition to the traditional corners. Now we'll move on to the introduction. Corner detection is an important task in the various computer vision and image understanding systems. Applications include motion tracking, object recognition, and stereo machining. Corner detection should satisfy a number of important criteria. The following are the important criteria we are going to discuss. All the true corners should be detected. No false corners should be detected. Corner point should be well localized. Corner detector should be robust with respect to the noise. Corner detector should be efficient. What are these points we will discuss in the following presentation. This presentation is all about the CSS technique. The CSS technique is suitable for extraction of the curvature features from an important contour at a continuum of scales. This corner detection method requires image edge contours. In the implementation of the CSS detector, a canny edge detector was used. However, the canny edge detector is not a crucial part of the technique. It can be replaced with another edge detection algorithm. But with the canny's good edge detection, we believe our corner detection performs much better than the existing ones. Now we'll move on to the literature survey. Considerable research has been carried out on the corner detection. Let's discuss some of those. Moravec observed that the difference between the adjacent pixels of an edge or an image uniform part of the image is small, but at the corner, the difference is significantly high in all the directions. Harris implemented a technique referred to the Plessy algorithm. This technique was improvement of the Moravec algorithm. Kitchen and Rosenfield presented a new few corner detection methods. The work included methods based on the gradient magnitude of the gradient direction, change of the direction along the edge, angle between the most similar neighbors, and turning of the fitted surface. Survey suggested that the Plessy corner detection, the Kitchen and the Rosenfield detector, and the Susan detector have demonstrated good performances. These detectors were therefore chosen as our test detectors. Now we'll discuss about the canny edge detector. The CSS-based corner detector uses the canny edge detector. During the implementation of the CSS corner detector, it was found that the canny edge detector produced a thick edge when the edge orientation was 45 degrees or 135 degrees. As we can see in this figure, 45 degrees and 135 degrees. The canny edge detector uses a Gaussian function to compute the first derivative from an image. Firstly, the derivative is calculated. The process produces two similar gradients values at the either side of the edge. If the areas at the each side of the edge have constant brightness level, non-maximum suppression is meant to ensure that the edge line is thinned and it only 1 pixel wide. Now, Canny's non-maximum suppression uses the direction of the gradient at the edge point to look at the neighboring pixels. The chosen neighboring pixels have larger gradient values than the examined point. The point is removed from the edge map when there is a 45 degrees or 135 degrees edge with the uniform areas on either side. The non-maximum suppression produces a thick edge. This problem is caused by the fact that the gradient direction of the edge point points to non-edge pixels. This can be seen in the figure. The edge points which are examined during non-maximum suppression do not see the neighboring edge pixels due to 45 degrees or 135 degrees orientation. This problem is solved with a small addition to the Canny's edge detector algorithm. The final stage should be to compare each edge pixel which has an edge orientation of 45 degrees or 135 degrees to one of its horizontal or vertical neighbors. If the neighbor has the same orientation, the other point can be removed. Now we'll move on to the curvature scale space technique, that is CSS technique. What CSS technique? is completed off. The CSS technique is suitable of the recovering invariant geometric figures such as zero cross points or an extrema of the planar curves at multiple scales. To compute this, the curve tau is first parameterized by the arc length parameter mu. Now we can compute tau of mu is equal to x of mu comma y of mu. An evolved version of tau of mu and tau can be computed. Tau of mu is defined as x of mu comma sigma comma y of mu comma sigma, where x of mu comma sigma is x of mu convolution g of mu comma sigma, y of mu comma sigma is equal to y of mu convolution g of mu comma sigma. We can see the operator here, that is a convolution operator, and g of mu comma sigma denotes the Gaussian of the width sigma. Note that sigma is also referred as a scale parameter. Now the process of generating evolved versions of the tau as sigma increases from 0 to infinity is referred to the evolution of the tau. This technique is suitable for removing noise and smoothing a plane curve, as well as gradual simplification of its shape. In order to find curvature zero crossings or extrema from evolved versions of the input curve, one needs to compute curvature accurately and directly and based on the tau of sigma. Curvature k on tau of sigma is given by the formula here. As you can see, k of mu comma sigma is given here, where x of mu comma sigma is equal to x of mu convolution g of mu comma sigma, x of mu comma sigma is equal to x of mu convolution g of mu comma sigma, and so on. We can see the formulas here. We can calculate the curve of the edge, and based on this particular formula we can proceed. Now from here on, my friend Giridhar will continue.
Okay, let's start with the overview of the CSS corner detection method. First, the corners are defined as the local maximum of the absolute value of the curvature at a very fine scale. There exist many such maxima due to noise on the digital counter. As the scale is increased, the noise is smoothed away, and only the maximum corresponding to the real corner remain. The CSS corner detection method finds the corners at this local maximum. As the corner evolves, the actual locations of the corners change. The detection is achieved at a large scale. The localization of the corners may be poor. So, to overcome this problem, tracking is introduced in the detection. The corners are located at a very high scale sigma high, assuming that the corner detection is not affected by the noise. So sigma is then reduced. The same corner points are examined at lower scales. As a result, location of corners may be updated. This is continued until the scale is very low and the operation is very local. This improvises localization when the computational cost is low, as the curvature values at scales lower than sigma high do not need to be computed at every contour point, but only a small neighborhood of the detected corners. These are local maxima on the evolved contours due to rounded corners or noise. These can be removed by introducing a threshold value t. The curvature of a sharp corner is higher than that of a rounded corner. There is one final addition to the corner candid declaration. Each local maximum of the curvature is compared to its neighboring local minimum. The curvature of a corner point should be double the curvature of a neighboring extremum. This is necessary since if the corner's contour is continuous and round, then the curvature values can be well above the threshold value t and false corners may be declared. So let's see the outline of the CSS image corner detection. The steps are as follows. First, we use the Canny edge detector to extract from the original image. Then we extract the edge contours from the edge image. We fill the gaps in the edge contours and also to fill the T-junctions, mark them as T-corners. Compute the curvature at highest scale sigma high and determine the corner candidates by comparing the maximum of the curvature to the threshold T and the neighboring minimum. Track the corners to the lowest scale to improve localization. Compare the T corners to the corners found using the curvature procedure and remove corners which are very close. The following is an explanation of each stage of the CSS corner detector. Let's start with canny edge detection. So the first stage of the CSS corner detection method is edge detection. A canny edge detector was chosen from this implementation due to its good performance. A small sigma was used for canny to obtain good edge localization. Next, we start filling the gaps and T-junctions. So canny detector can cause gaps at T-junctions and the corners might not be found with CSS method. Canny edge can also cause gaps in otherwise continuous edges. When the edge extraction method arrives at the endpoint of a contour, it performs two checks. First one is if the endpoint is nearly connected to another endpoint, fill the gap and continue the extraction. The endpoint is nearly connected to an edge contour, but not to another endpoint. Mark this point as a T-junction corner. So as you can see in the figure, here it's the endpoint is nearly connected to an edge contour. So it is marked as a T corner joint. Whereas over here, the endpoint is nearly connected to another endpoint. So it is a gap and it is filled later on. So next we'll go to how to initialize corner points. The edge contours are extracted from the edge image and the absolute value of the curvature is computed at the initial scale sigma high. The local maximum of absolute curvature are the possible candidates for corner points. The local maximum is either a corner, the top value of a rounded corner, or a peak due to noise, but the latter two should not be detected as corners. The curvature of a real corner point has a higher value than that of a rounded corner or noise. The corner points are also compared to the neighboring local minima. The curvature of a corner should be twice that one of the neighboring local minima. This is because when the shape of the contour is very round, contour curvature can be above the threshold T. The threshold T depends on sigma I used and it is set according to it. So next, go to the next step. The initial points are located. Tracking is introduced to the detected at scale sigma high. The corner localization might not be good. We compute curvature at a lower scale and examine the corner candidates in a small neighborhood of the previous corners. Corner locations are updated if needed in this neighborhood. Tracking is continued until the scale is very low. This process will give very good localization. No thresholding is needed in the tracking, as the number of corners determined at the initial sigma high and tracking only changes the localization, not the number of corners. Tracking improves the localization of the corners. Corners do not move dramatically during tracking and only a few other curvature values need to be computed. So we think that the process is over, but we detect some false corners because of detecting a same corner twice. So corners are declared using two methods, as we know. In some cases, the two methods mark the same corner. The case where one corner is marked twice is shown in this figure. In this figure, the edge extraction algorithm examines a small neighborhood, and when it arrives at the edge of the contour, the corner in the figure is a Y junction, and it is marked twice. The CSS method finds a corner on the continuous contour, and the edge extraction algorithm marks a T corner at the end of other contour as it is nearly connected to the continuous edge contour. The final part of the algorithm is to examine these type of points marked by the edge extraction algorithm. So what do is these T-junction corners are compared to corner points found with CSS method, and if they are very close to each other, the T-junction corners are removed. This is the way we remove these false corners. So next, going to our experimental results and discussion. The CSS corner detector was tested using 4 different images, and the results are compared with the output of 3 other detectors, which are already so they were introduced to you. And Rosenfield, Husson, and Plessy corner detectors. So let's see at the first image. This test image is an artificially created one. A significant Gaussian noise added to that image. The CSS detector performed very well on the noisy artificial image, but the other 3 detectors did not perform that well. As you can see over here, almost all the edges are detected at corners. Also the same way over here and here. Also in this. But CSS gave us almost accurate corner detection. So we see that CSS detector performed very well in this image. So next go to our second image. This test image is a real image of blocks. Much texture and noise is present in the image. The real block image corner detection was more difficult task for the detectors. In CSS performed very well. You can see over here there are no corners detected. Over here the same way no corners are detected over here. And here also. So as you can see, CSS also performed very well over here. So CSS gave very better results compared to others. So let's go to next image. So here's the third image. This test image is an image of a house. This image has a lot of small details and texture in the brick wall. So image was a difficult task for all the detectors as the details were very varied. But you can see the Plessy has been absolutely wrong. Means the edges are also detected as corners, whereas here some corners are not even detected. Same way in the Susan, but the CSS had almost accurately done the job with ease. So the CSS detector still performed better over the other corner detection methods. So here comes the fourth test image. This test image is image of some lab. The CSS detector also performed very well. As you can see over here, these are detected as corners and some here also in the same way over here in this cluster. Same way over here. But you can see over this CSS corner detection method has performed way better compared to other corner detection methods. And over 80% of the time used by CSS detector is spent in only edge detection. So by now we come to the conclusion that the CSS image corner detection method was very robust with respect to noise and performed better than the other detectors it was compared to. So reference was technical paper presentation is on the robust image corner detection through curvature scale space by Farzin and Rico. So thank you.